Okay.
Now in this question here, the requirement of the question is calculate the estimated total cost of producing 100 units in 20x4. Okay, so you have to calculate the cost of producing 100 units. Now he has given me the total cost uh, in 20x3. So it means he has given me total cost of previous year. And the relevant outputs, the output and the total cost is given. Now, below here, the information is mentioned that when output is 80 units or more, when your output increases above 80 units, you have to rent out another factory unit. So it means that there is a step fixed cost, because when your capacity of 80 units is exceed, you have to rent out another unit. So it means there is a step fixed cost. And how much? Fixed cost therefore increases by 100%. So it means that if your fixed cost was 100, now it will increase by 100% and it will become 200. So in other words, it means that your fixed cost will be double when your capacity will be above 80 units. Okay. And the second thing he has mentioned here is that variable cost per unit is forecast to rise by 10% in 20x4. That variable cost will increase by 10% in next year. So I have been given with the data of 2013, and I have been told that your variable cost per unit will increase by 10% in 2014, and I have to calculate the total cost at 2014 of producing 100 units. So these three things you need to keep in mind. So I will start. The first step is what I have to identify those two activity levels where the cost remains unchanged, right? Now, because the step fixed costs come after 80 units, so it means that you have to just take highest and lowest activity levels. Okay. So what are the highest and lowest activity levels?
It's 50 and 26.
Yes. So I will calculate variable cost per unit at those activity levels. It's the data is similar to the one that to the question that we did above. Okay. So it will be 7310 minus 6566 divided by 50 minus 26. So what will be the variable cost per unit?
It's
I think it will be 31. Please confirm.
yeah, it's 31.
Yes. And fixed cost will be total cost. You can take anyone. You can take 7310 minus variable cost per unit is 31 times, because I am taking 7310 as a cost, I have to take the relevant units that are 50. So what will be the fixed cost?
Uh, it's 7560.
7 5
5760. 5760.
5760. Okay, 5760. Now I have got both things, variable cost per unit and fixed cost. Now this fixed cost was for below 80 units. You have to keep this thing in mind. Okay, this is for below 80 units. Above 80 units, fixed cost increase by 100%. So it means it becomes double. Okay. And because I am calculating the cost at 2014, so variable cost per unit will also increase by 10%. So you need to keep these two things in mind. So when I will calculate the total cost at 100 units, can you please tell me what will be the fixed cost that you will be using?
Uh, it's 5760.
Read this line again. When the output is above 80 units, another unit must be rented and fixed cost increases by 100%. And I am calculating at 100 units. Cost at 100 units.
So we have to okay. 5760. It's 2880.
You will double the fixed cost. Okay, the fixed cost is increasing by 100%, so it means it's double. If fixed cost is 100 and if it is increasing by 100%, it means now it will become 100 plus 100, 200. So if the fixed cost is 5760 and it is increased by 100%, it means it's doubled. So I will multiply the fixed cost with 2. Okay, plus
Yeah.
variable cost per unit rises in 2014 by 10%. So I will increase the variable cost per unit that I calculated of 31 by 110%, because it's 100% in 2013, so it will increase by 10%, so it means it's 110% in 2014. So what will be the answer? It will be
It's
34.
34.1.
Yes. So 34.1 multiply by, because I'm calculating cost at 100 units, so I will multiply it with 100. So what will be the answer of fixed cost? 5760 times 2.
11,520.
11,520 plus this will be it, what will be this one? 34,100.
Yeah, 34. It's 3410.
Okay, 3410, 3410, 3410. And what would be the total cost?
It's 14,930.
5760 times 2, 11,530 and 3410. Yes, it's 14,930. So 14,930 will be my answer.
Okay.
Any question?
No.
Okay, so
Okay.
now let's move on to the next thing. And now there are some advantages and limitations of high-low method. The advantage of high-low method is that it is very easy to use, easy to understand, and easy to use. However, it possesses some limitations. Okay, limitations mean kind of disadvantages. The first one is it relies on historical cost data and assumes this data can reliably predict future cost. Look, this thing is an inherent limitation in every technique, because you cannot predict the future on the basis of past at every situation. Okay, it is an inherent flaw, because future can vary. Okay, it's not that the pattern of past will be repeated in the future. So any accounting technique that you will be studying future, it has this inherent flaw that you cannot predict. You cannot always rely on historical cost data to predict the future. Okay. The
Okay.
second thing is that it assumes that activity levels are only factor affecting cost. We are assuming that, if the activity level is more, the cost will be high. If the activity level is less, the cost will be low. But in reality, in practical environment, the activity levels are not only the factors that are affecting cost. There are so many other factors that are affecting the cost. Okay. The
Okay.
third one is it uses only two values, highest and lowest, to predict future costs, and these results may be distorted because of random variations which may have occurred. Bulk discount may be available for purchasing resources in large quantities. These 2 points are interlinked. Look what he is saying. He is saying that if there is a random variation, for example, cost at 26 unit was $100, cost at 30 unit is $50. For example, supplier has given you discount. Now when you will calculate variable cost per unit, you will get the answer in negative, right? You will get the answer
Yeah.
in negative. So it's a flaw. It's a flaw that if there are random variations, if there are random distortions due to some discounts, so then you cannot rely on this high-low method. Okay.
Okay.
So these are some of the limitations of high-low method. Afterwards, there is cost equation. Cost equation is simple. Okay, y is equal to a plus bx. Y means total cost. A means fixed cost. Okay. B
Okay.
means variable cost per unit, and X means number of units. So basically, it's the high-low method equation that has just been represented graphically. Okay. You just need to know how to present it in the graph. The graph is like this. This this point is known as fixed cost. Fixed cost is also known as intercept. In equation, the word A represents fixed cost. This is the variable cost, okay, that is increasing. This line is representing total cost, okay. So you just need to know that how you have to represent
Okay.
the high-low method graphically. So the cost equation will be like this. If fixed cost is 5,000 and variable cost is 10, so the equation will be y is equal to 5,000 plus 10x. You will put the value of x number of units, you can get the cost at any units. Okay, it's exactly similar to high-low method, just
Okay.
they have represented it graphically.